A very good morning to all. Now let's understand the concept of JavaScript. So first of all, we have three layers of the web. First one is your HTML, second is CSS, and third one is your JavaScript. So first one is HTML, which is used for the purpose of content. If we want to add content in your web page, we use HTML. For presentation, we use CSS. That means if you want to change the coloring and you want to change the various effects to the page, then we use CSS. And now we move to the part of JavaScript that is used for the behavior purpose. That means when you click on something, you want some answer. That means you use JavaScript. In last session, that of HTML forms, we have just entered the data in controls. Now I just want all the data to be printed on some page. Then for that purpose, I'll just use JavaScript. So let's understand the concept of JavaScript. So what is JavaScript? It is a programming language which is used with the HTML pages. It was first invented in 1995. As the name is JavaScript, but it has nothing to do with Java. So if you think that you have to first understand Java, so no, it's wrong. JavaScript programs are run by the interpreter built into the user's web browser, not on the server. Next, what can JavaScript do? It can dynamically modify an HTML page. That means if you want to modify your page, if you want to make changes in your HTML page, then with the help of JavaScript, we can do that. JavaScript can react to user's input. That means if I'll just enter user ID and password and click on a button, it will display something like by message, or the control will send to the another page and the text will display on that particular page. It can validate user value. That means it can check values also. Like if you want to make a restriction on username or password, that some characters can be entered, like maximum characters can be entered, like 8, anything. So for that purpose, JavaScript can also be used. It can be used to create cookies. Cookies are some temporary values which are saved on your machine. So it is a full-featured programming language. JavaScript user interaction doesn't require any communication with the server. So now some pros and cons of JavaScript are: it allows more dynamic HTML pages, even complete web application. So with the help of JavaScript, you can make a complete web application. That means dynamic pages. And what are the limitations of that? It requires a JavaScript enabled browser. See, sometimes what will happen in our machines, we have not enabled the browser for JavaScript. So the problem is that our script will not work there. Then it requires a client who trusts the server. Then it has some protection in place but can still cause security problem. So you can say it is not secure for some clients. Also now when it was created and the now web browsers work has changed a lot. So these are some resources from where you can learn JavaScript in detail, from JavaScript tutorials like www.w3schools, or one is website this, or another one is this. So these are some useful resources and various interesting examples you can take from these particular websites. Next is as we have used style tag in our HTML pages. We have used style tag by three ways. One is your inline, internal and external style sheets. So here we can use JavaScript with the help of tag, that is script. We can use script tag in two ways. One is your internal and second one is your external. So it is the example of internal JavaScript. So here is the same tag as HTML, just use the script tag, and here now type is changed to text/JavaScript. Instead of writing the CSS, we are now making JavaScript file. That's why we are writing here JavaScript. And this simple line will display a message on the screen, that is hello world. So document.write will just write a message on the screen with the help of this script. Okay, so here is the example of internal script. So as this way it can run. See here in body part I'll just use script type, then the type of this is that is text/javascript, then I use just document.write. HR means that is horizontal line. For horizontal line you have to use this. Then you want to display a message, then again a horizontal line. In this way this particular script will work like this. The title will display, then the h1 tag is displaying here, and here is the message that is document.write hello world wide web. So now it is the embedding JavaScript. That means if you want to use some external JavaScript file here, then how to use that? Script type will remain same, but just a simple attribute that is src is going to add here with the name .js file. As now if you want to make a simple JavaScript file, just simply save these 3 lines which we have written in this part of script to a different file by saving to the extension .js and include the name here in the file of HTML. So here is the code for embedding JavaScript. Embedding means using another file or using JS file in your HTML page. The scripts inside an HTML document is interpreted in order they appear in the document. So where you place the script tag matters. It matters a lot. Where you mention the script tag, it matters a lot. So you should take care of this. So here is hiding JavaScript from incompatible browsers. See where your script don't run, or where script browsers don't allow you to run your script. So a message will display like this: your browser doesn't support JavaScript. So try to make your browser enabled, JavaScript enabled browser, so that your scripts can run on that. Next is we use 3 types of functions: alert, confirm and prompt, to print some message on the screen. So first one is the confirm. See, by confirm we just get a simple message like this: OK and cancel button will be present on this confirm. Alert will just give you a warning type message, and prompt will say to enter some information, like if you want to enter what is your name or how old are you, then you have to use these prompt types. So this is the simple example of JavaScript's alert. Display a message in the dialog box. The dialog box will block the browser. Okay. So if you want to show a message that confirm, then confirm will return 2 types of values. One is returns true if the user clicks OK, otherwise it returns false. Prompt will display a message and allow to user to enter a value. And the second argument is the default value to be displayed in the input text field. So without using the default value, undefined is shown in the input text field. If the user clicks the OK button, it returns the value in the input text field as a string, and if user click the cancel button, it returns null. Null means blank.